Hello, everybody. I'm Andy Bennett, the creative director at Mac and Cheese Media, and today we've got a special guest, Richard Chilton, one of the producers at the 54 Film Fest.
5, 4. Did I do it right?
I think so. So for people who might not know, could you give a quick elevator pitch of what the 54 is?
Yeah. The 54 Film Fest is a film competition where people have 54 hours to create a film from conception to completion. So that means from the moment that the festival begins, we have what's called an inception meeting. At that meeting, everyone will draw a genre. We play a fun game of Dirty Santa with the genre so people can steal each other's genres.
Ooh.
Yes, it's very competitive. Then we'll hand out an action, a prop, and a line of dialogue. And then you're set free. And you have 54 hours from that point to write, produce, edit, and turn in a film. And then 12 hours in, we throw a curveball your way. The purpose of the curveball is not just to spice things up or make things more challenging. On a real film set, production company might call you up in the middle of it and say, this thing needs to be added. This thing has to happen. And so that's what we're emulating.
Along with the 54, there's also the 5+4. Can you tell me about that?
Dude, I love this. And if I were able to do this festival, I'm not because I run it, but if I were able to do it, I'd be doing a 5+4. So the 54 is just 54 hours, one weekend. And you probably won't sleep. And it might be very stressful. I noticed that a lot of professional filmmakers couldn't do it on the weekends. They had gigs, they had this, they had that. And I thought, why don't we have something that's a week long? And then people can have more time to work on it. They don't have to stress as much. And so we thought about it and we said 9 days, 5+4, 9 days. That will be from the moment that the 54 begins, that whole weekend, the following week, and the following weekend.
So what does it mean to be a producer on the 54?
Our job is, essentially to make the whole thing happen. Book a theater, search out sponsors and communicate with them and get them on board. The inception meeting, we produce the screening, and then we produce an awards ceremony. That's not really an awards ceremony. We're trying to take the emphasis off of the competition side and put it on to celebrating everyone who participated. What we care about is supporting our community and supporting our filmmakers. We love these people, man. We truly do. Some of my best friends I've met because of this festival.
So you're not the one picking who wins awards?
No, so we have separate judges.
I handed you a $100 bill when you walked in. That's just for nothing?
I appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah. The way that our winner is chosen is different from, I don't know of any other festival that does it the way that we do. Our judges will select 6 to 8 films to be the technical best films. Technically, these are better than all the rest. But those 6 to 8 films will go out to a private audience of regular Joe Schmoes. They might be film people, they might not. We send them out to roughly 100 people. And they watch them, they choose their favorites, and that is what wins the festival. If you make an entertaining film that people love to watch, even if it's not the best film in the world, it can win this festival. Because people want to watch it.
If someone is interested in filmmaking and they're getting started, why would you suggest for them to do the 54?
I know so many people who started this way. I started this way. All you pay is a very small fee to enter. Right now it's like $75 or something like that. You can be a first-time filmmaker and have like 300 to 600 people watch your movie in a theater. That's an incredible opportunity. And there's very low stakes. You might not sleep very much one weekend. So what? You might not know what you're doing and then fail miserably. So what? You get to have a fun time. Then you get to meet tons of amazing filmmakers from our area. Dude, there's no reason not to do it.
For people competing, what are some maybe tips and tricks or just advice that you'd give to them?
One of the big things that we drive home is simplicity. Go with the more simple idea. You can have a massive crew, that's okay. If you have something smaller, it's more manageable, you can move quicker. because you never know what's going to happen during this weekend. The smaller, the tighter, the quicker you can go, the better it might be for you in the long run. So we focus on simplicity, and simplicity in the story is real big.
We did 48 a couple years ago. It was called Too Firm, and it was these lawyers that are putting out ads, and then they turn into attack ads against each other. And the whole thing is done green screen with pop-ups and random graphics and things. And in the TV, outside the TV, doing screen replacements, everything. We had 2 editors that were going as we were shooting, so that we were like, we got this down. But that was probably the biggest undertaking I think we've taken in to do like a weekend film.
And you can always get creative. You can always push the boundaries. You said that you pushed, that you often come up with a simple idea, but then push a little further. And that's a great way to go. Something simple, but then push yourself just a little bit. Most people shoot in their homes. And people have made some fantastic films in their homes. We've had films that won, that were shot in people's homes. But if you can choose a location and find that and book it a couple of weeks in advance, it can spice up your film and make it different and a little bit more unique and inspire your creativity. We made a film one time for the 54, it's the last one I made, called Bucking/University, and I went and booked Swanee University. It's the Hogwarts of the South. And then what did we draw? We drew mockumentary. So we figured something out. And also adapt to what you're good at. What are the resources you have available to you? I have this location, I have these actors, and I don't have this amount of time, so I know this is the only thing that I can pull off. My most favorite film that I made for the 54 is called Krona Templar. I thought to myself that year, man, I always come up with crazy huge ideas. They're always way too big and I can't pull them off. How can I make something that fits my style of creativity that I can pull off in this amount of time? And I said, I have a bunch of stuffed animals. I'm using my stuffed animals this year. And I'm gonna get some friends and we're gonna build a set. And we did that. We had stuffed animals that were that big. We built a whole set for them to live in. We built this space temple and made a film with stuffed animals.
Yeah, that reminds me of one of the ones that we've won in the past. It was called Widow Me This. And we had just shot a short film with some friends. We were just so exhausted from doing a long shoot. And it was coming up. It was the weekend. And we're like, hey, let's not do a lot of locations. Let's not do anything too crazy. And someone had suggested, what if we did sock puppets? And we drew a soap opera as our genre. And so we just made these little sets all just in one room. We thought it was hilarious. And we're like, hopefully people enjoy this. And of course, we won. And we're like, of course we win.
That's awesome, man. You won with sock puppets, dude. The lesson's there. Take what you have available to you. Take your personal creativity and personally who you are and how you think and try to adapt that into that time frame. But also don't take yourself too seriously.
So people who are interested in doing it, maybe they don't have a group that wants to do this, or they're just getting into film and they don't know anyone in the area. How can they be part of the 54?
There's a couple of ways. One, you can just start your own team by yourself and do it. You can get some friends along, even if they don't know how to run a camera or anything, and just make a movie. You can take your phone and do it. We had a film that was nominated for Best Film several years ago that was made on a smartphone. We've got a couple of other options. You can just reach out to us at 54filmfest@gmail.com. That's it. You can reach out to us there in email and let us know that you're interested and want to get on a team, and we'll send you out to different filmmakers who need people and see how that works out. You can reach out to us on Instagram as well and talk to us, and we'll figure something out for you. Another thing is follow Nashville's Creative Culture on Instagram, and the second Tuesday of every month, they have a hangout, and all sorts of filmmakers are there.
All right, so 54 Film Fest, what are the dates and how do you sign up?
Can I see a calendar? It's always the last weekend in February is the actual event. So you can go to 54filmfest.com and register. Regular registration ends on Valentine's Day, February 14th, and then we'll go into late registration all the way up until the moment that the inception meeting begins. So our inception meeting is on February 23rd, the last Friday of the month. and you'll have 3 days to make your film, or 54 hours, 2 days and some change. And if you want to do the 5+4, you'll have 9 whole days.
Where can people follow you, follow 54?
Hop on Instagram, dude. Follow us, 54 Film Fest on Instagram. You can follow Richard Chilton. You'll see me in a green suit, so that's how you know it's me.
Thank you so much for coming and joining us today.
Oh, I appreciate you.
And
man.
thank you guys for watching. Make sure to follow. And hey, if you were able to, do the 54. It's going to be a ton of fun.
I hope I see you there, guys. I really do.